Hello, and we're here with FSCDR TV, Warriors Within. This is a podcast educating and making awareness about sickle cell disease, where we're going to bridge the gap between sickle cell warriors and our everyday people. So this episode is a little special today because I am interviewing my legend, Isaiah Wiggins. Hi.
Hi, Mommy.
Good morning. How are you, love?
I'm doing great.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
All right. So you have a whole understanding what we're doing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to be completely comfortable, just like how me and you talk all the time. And I want you to be transparent about everything and just tell me honesty. And that way we can make awareness to everybody else that's watching, okay?
Okay.
So let's start with this. What do you remember being diagnosed as a child with sickle cell? Do you remember like when I first told you had sickle cell?
No, I really don't.
You don't?
I don't.
So what do you first remember? Like what do you remember about saying like having an understanding like I have sickle cell?
Well, I knew that it was something bad that I have because I keep on going to the hospital because of it.
So you knew you were going to the hospital at like an early age or not really?
Well, I knew that I was going to the hospital at 4, but that I don't really remember much.
Okay. So what do you remember about the first time you went into the hospital?
Well, the first time I can remember going into the hospital was when I was 6.
Okay. And what happened? Like, what happened? Like, did your hands swell up? How did you end up in the hospital?
My back was hurting pretty bad.
Did you do anything? Like any activities? Did you play?
I did play a lot.
Oh. So are you at the park playing? I need you to elaborate on this because sometimes, when we have these conversations with other kids, they don't understand that sometimes you playing too hard or you going to the pool is a little risky, right?
Well, yeah, going to the pool is hard for me because my body temperature changes and the water could be a different temperature than the sun than it is in the water. And my body heat is absorbing the sun's heat, but when I get in the pool, it could be colder than the temperature outside, and I'll go into a crisis.
So what do you feel when you go into a crisis? What does it feel like? You explained this to me before, but I want you to explain it a little bit better.
Okay, so it's like someone hammering a nail inside of me.
Yeah.
It's just like terrible.
Okay. One lady explained that it feels like walking in a cave, and it feels like all the icicles just coming down and just piercing through your body, and it's just raging through, just really fast. Is that something similar too?
Yeah, that's something similar.
Okay. So when you were 6 and you went into the hospital, tell me, what were you thinking?
I'm like, why am I here when I'm supposed to be somewhere at home having fun?
Yeah. Did you miss anything?
I missed my sister's birthday, and it made me really sad that I couldn't be there to give her a gift.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I remember that you had to make it up to her for that. You really wanted to make it up to her for that. When you got sick, do you remember any harsh times when you got sick?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, what do you recall being the hardest time being when you were sick?
Well, I do remember when I was having back spasms.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like really painful. And it was just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'll try. It was just like a nail gun pushing through my back.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. I think one time that I think the time that got me when you were sick was when you were so certain, like you were nervous and you were scared, and your jaw locked up on you. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I couldn't eat anything, and I couldn't open my jaw.
You couldn't talk.
I couldn't talk at all unless it was like small words.
So how does that affect you mentally? You're 11. So I know that has to be hard, considering the fact that little things like that bothers you and other kids don't, they don't have those issues. So how does that make you feel mentally?
Well, I just want to be able to run around and not get tired like my sister, and being able to play basketball for longer than 20 minutes with my cousins, and being able to play tennis with my Auntie Ty without throwing up.
Agreed.
Just the simple things.
Those are simple. Have you ever played any activities?
I have played tennis, but I get sick a lot.
Okay, so you only able to play for a short period of time, right?
Yeah, I only can play for like 2 matches, and then that's it.
If there's any sport you could play, what would you play?
I'd play basketball. I want to compete with my cousins for once.
Yeah, you play basketball. Mm-hmm. Do you understand your condition?
Yeah, I understand.
You do?
I understand that it's something that doesn't just go.
Yeah. When did you understand that? At what age?
8.
8?
8.
And I'm guessing you was already in the hospital when you had that understanding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And was that like a time where you felt like you're just like, this is it?
Well, I didn't feel like that, but
I'm happy you haven't.
I did feel like I'm not going to last very long with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Have you heard your doctor say anything like that to you?
Well, yeah, there was this one time when I was with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what age I was, but it was my doctor. She said I wasn't going to survive without the hydroxyurea.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was when my jaw locked up.
Mm-hmm. I think so, too. And how did that make you feel?
And I'm like, well, how do you know?
Do you know what the life expectancy is for kids with sickle cell?
About like 16 to 18.
Yeah, about 18. And they say about 18, but it succeeds past 18 a little bit. You don't believe that, right?
No, I don't.
No, I know you don't. As far as help, do you feel like you have a lot of support?
Well, I feel like it's my Nana, because she's always in the hospital with me no matter what. And she never wants to leave. She'll always make jokes and try to make me laugh.
Who else would be the help for you?
It would be you and Mia.
Yeah, your sister?
My sister helps a lot. She goes and gets things for me. She tells me to take my medicine.
She acts like a mom.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so do you feel like you having sickle cell affects your family?
Well, I would say a little, but not really.
You feel like I manage it pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Just a little bit. But it's because we have a lot of support, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of support. Not just with Nana, but we have TT, we have Papa, we have your uncle, and then we have the extended aunties and uncle. They help out a lot. And then if it wasn't for Dr. Bronte and Dr. Blyden and your other community to actually, give mommy the insight on how to help you, that's what really kind of, helps me help you live longer and give you the longevity of life that you need. So we're going to go back to your sister. Do you feel like your sickle cell affects spending time with your sibling?
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it does. I feel like she doesn't have anybody to interact with,
Yeah. When you're at the hospital, she doesn't.
and she can't come to the hospital with me anymore.
Yeah. And she does not like that. She does not like that. Well, how do you feel when she is able to come to the hospital with you?
Well, she was able to come with me at the hospital when I was in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't really do much.
Yeah.
So it was still kind of weird.
Yeah. It's really weird without her. So do you feel like your sister understands what you go through?
No,
No.
I don't feel like anybody understands what I go through.
I was going to ask that. Why do you feel like we don't understand?
Well, it's just like something that I can't get over.
Yeah.
And it's just something that you just can't get rid of. And I feel like people just don't understand how much pain sickle cell people go through.
So you feel like only people that have sickle cell understand the pain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it is like weaker. Like I know there's like stronger and weaker versions of sickle cell.
Mm-hmm.
But even people that have the weaker versions of sickle cell, I still know that they go through pain.
So do you understand the type of sickle cell trait that you have?
Yeah, it's SS, the
Okay.
worst
The worst.
of all, apparently.
Apparently. Do you know how many blood transfusions that you have had?
No, I do not. There's too many to count.
Too many to count. Do you like getting them?
No,
No.
of course not.
What do they make you feel like?
This blood can be coming from anywhere, and it could be just animal blood being pumped into me.
No, it's not animal blood, sir. It's actual human blood. No, they would never do nothing like that. That's unethical. But agreed. I understand what you mean. It's actually kind of tiring and hard to get a blood transfusion all the time and something like that consistently done. What do you think is the hardest part about growing up with sickle cell?
Well, growing up with sickle cell, there is one thing about it. You do heal faster, and you are able to manage the pain a little bit better every time you get older.
Okay. So do you feel like when you get older, it'll get better?
I don't feel like it'll get better, but I feel like I'll be able to manage it a bit better.
Okay. I like that. I like that answer. Explain to me about school.
Okay,
Do you
so
like school? Do you want to go? Let's talk about it because you're homeschooled.
okay, so I am homeschooled, yeah. I like being homeschooled because I can like have so much more knowledge, and there's not kids bothering me, and I can do basically anything without being annoyed by other kids.
Okay, so you just don't. You're just entirely over school because you don't want to get picked on by kids.
It's not that I don't want to get picked on. It's just that some kids are annoying.
Okay, are they annoying because they don't understand?
Well, it's not that. It's just that they're kind of like my sister, and my sister's annoying. I mean, everybody knows this, right? You have a little sibling.
They're annoying. Okay, we know this, but you love her to death because without her, she helps out a lot. But do you want to attend school?
There are a few reasons why I'd like to attend school.
But you do understand that attending school, you would miss a lot of days, right?
Yeah, I do understand that.
Okay. So is there something like you wish that like school will offer for you and like maybe like specifically like sickle cell kids or other kids that can help you guys interact with each other?
Okay, so I had watched this episode on Bear Bears where this
Care Bears?
yeah, that's actually what the show is called, and
Okay.
it's not like bears.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
All right, continue. So you watched this episode?
And it was where it was where the panda bear was scared of germs, and he was stuck in a bubble,
Okay.
and he never had one to get out of that bubble. He had ate inside of the bubble. He had took a shower in the bubble. He basically did everything in the bubble, and I just imagine me having this little bubble so where I can talk to kids and not get sick.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that you feel like you put yourself in a bubble.
Hmm.
Is that your way of coping with things?
I mean, yeah,
When you feel like we don't understand?
yeah.
What is your other way of coping with things? What do you do for fun?
Okay, so I play video games. I
Mhm.
mostly play Fortnite. I like playing Zone Wars on Fortnite.
And you also like doing what else?
I also like playing Rocket League.
Mhm.
It's like a racing game. Well, not a racing game. It's like a car soccer game.
So do these games help you get your mind off of things?
Yeah, they help me keep my mind off of pain, and they kind of reflect of what I want to do.
Okay. Um,
Like,
how does coding help you like cope with things and get your mind off of it?
okay, so my talent is coding, I believe, and coding basically helps me create my own game, and basically my only limit is my imagination.
You feel like your only limit is your imagination because you're always in four walls?
Well, my only limit is imagination. That's what I feel because I can think about anything, and in the world of coding, I can just make it happen.
Okay. So what is let me ask this. So wait, you said in the world of coding you can make it happen? So you mean to tell me you imagine it and when you're sick sometime and you just think about coding it and that's how it goes?
Hmm.
That's really creative. I didn't ask you that before, but that's really creative. So let's ask about this. Let me ask you about a time. Well, actually, I'm pausing the time. Let's ask about friends.
Okay,
That's
so
cool. Let's talk about friends. Do you have friends?
I mean, only on Fortnite. Other than that, no, I don't have any.
Okay, so you feel like would you want more friends outside?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice to have someone to play with, but
Do you want friends that like are in school, or do you want friends that actually understand what you go through?
I want friends that actually understand what I go through so I don't have to like explain to them why I'm always in the hospital and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what is your hardest part about being in the hospital?
Okay, so I don't feel like the doctors understand what I'm going through and they just give me all this medicine that makes me so tired.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying.
Okay. So you just don't like the overly medicated part.
No, I just feel like no. It just doesn't go well with me.
Yeah. What do you not like about all the medication?
Well, it makes me really sleepy. They just give it all to me at once.
So that's why you just go straight to sleep.
I just go straight to sleep.
Yeah. So you feel like you're missing something sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go to sleep all the time.
Yeah. I understand. That's why you wake up kind of frustrated sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any bright side that you feel like to having sickle cell?
Well, there are two things that come in handy with having sickle cell.
Which is?
Okay, so, you know when the needle goes in you and they have to, you have to get your blood tested and stuff like that? Basically your skin will heal so much faster than it does
Okay, than it normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the other one?
And the other one is that you handle pain a lot better.
Yeah.
If it's not like sickle cell pain, if you're just dealing with like cramps or stuff like that, uh, you handle it a lot better.
So tell me, what is it like in a day when you get sick?
Well,
Do you know when it's coming?
no, I don't know exactly when it's coming, but I know when it's gonna happen though.
Yeah, you can feel it.
I can just like know I'm going into a crisis.
Yeah. Do you feel like speaking up is kind of hard to say, like, hey, like, I'm not feeling good and I need to go to the hospital now?
Well, it's not that easy because if I say I'm about to go into a crisis, I feel like, well, how do you know that? How do you know you're about to?
I mean, well, you know your body. I always tell you that you know when you don't feel good. You know when your body is gonna start, feeling weird. So then that way, I tell you to speak up. So it's not unusual. So when you know that your body's about to go into a crisis, what does it feel like? What do you do from there? What do you mentally say to yourself? Like Isaiah is thinking now, oh my God, I am about to get sick.
Well, I try to think about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mostly it's math problems.
Okay, so you think of math problems to get your mind off of it first?
Yeah, math problems are my usual go-to because it helps me with my coding.
Okay.
And plus it's just good to know your math.
Okay, touche. So what do you do when the pain gets unbearable?
Well, I try to play video games, but it's kind of hard to when you're in so much pain.
So like I said, go back to the day in life. So if you go into a crisis, tell me about it. I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say we go to the park today. And is it cold outside to you today?
Well, it is
Kind of
cold.
breezy.
It is very cold.
Okay. So if we went to the park today and we went home, how do you think you would feel after?
Well, I do feel like something would be hurting.
Yeah. Do you think it would hurt so bad to the point where you got to go to the hospital?
No, I don't think it would be hurting that bad. I just think it would be a little hard to bear.
Okay. So what do you think, now I'm going to ask you this. What do you think is the hardest part for you having sickle cell and then watching me be your mother?
Well,
Do you feel like I handled it good? Do you feel like I can handle it better?
I do feel like you can handle it better, but I know there's nothing else you can do about it.
Yeah. You know for sure, if I could, I'd take the pain from you.
I know.
Okay. All right. So to ask you more questions, my handsome, what are some of your fears with sickle cell?
I don't really have any fears with sickle cell. I don't really fear anything about sickle cell.
Do you feel like it's more you can know?
Yeah, I do feel that there's more that I can know.
Okay. So you know that we talk about like all the upcoming, like I try to really make you knowledgeable on very positive things that happen within like the sickle cell community. You know that I join a lot of sickle cell community clubs, and I tell you about positive things, as in like gene therapies you can now participate in, and new upcoming like FDA approved drugs that you could take that will be upcoming to take when you turn a certain age. Are you excited for that?
I mean, no, I'm not excited to take more drugs.
No, but you know it's gonna make you feel better.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe it'll make me feel better. Help. But I'm not sure.
Okay, so then are you happy that it's something positive that it can be spread across the board for not just you, for everybody else?
Yeah.
Because you do understand what works for you might not work for you, may work for somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this again because I want you to understand that your life is gold and you are here for a reason. Every sickle cell warrior that we have interviewed, they have went through trials and tribulations, and they all have felt pain and they have overcome everything. And we talked about life expectancy, and you said 18. How long do you think you're gonna live?
Well,
Because you said you're gonna be bald. So if you're gonna be bald, then that means you're gonna be past 18, sir.
Yeah.
Way past 18. Way past 20, 30, 40, 50.
Okay. So my grandmother once told me, my Nana once told me that my great my great grandpa had lived till he was 110.
So that's your goal?
No, my goal is to live until I'm 120.
I could take that. Because that means that you have to build me an extra big house and your sister a house and everybody else a house. I respect that. And we're going to wish 120 years on every other sickle cell warrior, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's talk about emotions. What are you excited about growing up for? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Like, what about a family? Do you want to have a family?
Okay, so family feelings are kind of complicated.
Not complicated. Okay.
Complicated. I don't really want to.
No?
No. I was thinking about adopting some children.
Okay.
So, I can kind of get a feel for it.
What? You gonna adopt kids to get a feel for
I'm going to adopt a baby.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to adopt a 2-year-old.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Adopt a 2-year-old and see how it goes. It's not easy with a 2-year-old, sir.
Okay, but I'm going to keep it until its mother comes back for it.
The mother comes back. That's the point of adopting.
Exactly.
They don't come back.
Wait,
They're yours. Let's talk about, have you ever thought about, when you said adopting, so that means you have thought about the conversation of kids.
Well, yeah, I have thought about it.
And you do understand that you can't get with anybody that has sickle cell trait, right?
Yeah, I have thought about it. And I don't want to get with anybody because of that reason.
Yeah, you feel like do you feel like it'll be like a burden onto the woman that you would possibly be with?
I mean, yeah, because they just want to live. They just want to have a happy life.
I get you. So you feel like if you were to think that way, that it would feel like a hassle for them to be with you.
Mhm.
And they wouldn't live fully. Well, you do know things like that change. People have a different perspective on that. Not everyone feels like that. Let's talk about something different. I want you to tell me about a fun time that you had inside the hospital.
A fun time that I had inside the hospital.
Yeah, something different. Because I don't want you to always think, I don't want, or anyone listening to always think that inside the hospital is just dark and gloomy, because it's not always that. I feel like I try to make it at least fun for you sometimes. You know, we try to watch movies. I come with abundance of snacks. Sometimes they come in with the clown.
Oh, yeah, I remember that clown.
Yeah, they come with the clown. The dog.
Oh, yeah, I love that dog. It's so cute.
So give me something positive about when you're in the hospital.
Okay, so I remember this time when I was in the hospital. I don't remember what floor it was, but it was this nice room. And me, you, and my dad were watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Minion movie. And I had
I knew
just
it.
learned to speak Minionese, I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
And I was having so much fun.
I can't believe that was the best time you had in the hospital.
Yeah, I was actually having so much fun.
Okay, so let's think of something positive. So you're only 11. Do you have any hopes and inspiration to do anything positive with sickle cell?
Yeah, I do have some hopes and dreams.
What do you want to do?
Well, I want to be a doctor
Okay.
so I can treat people with the same disease that I have.
Okay.
And once I find out the cure for sickle cell,
You're going to find a cure for it?
yeah, I'm going to find a cure for it
Completely.
completely.
Okay.
Not just so you have the trait, so it can be gone completely.
Oh, so you're going to do some deep scientist stuff, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. I believe in you.
And once I find the cure for sickle cell, I think I'll just live my life making games, like coding and stuff like that. I'll code games and maybe make a lot of money.
Okay. And what are you going to do with your money? Are you going to give it back?
I mean, I'm gonna give my money. I'm gonna spend some of it on charity.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give half of the money that I make to you and my sister.
Really? Okay, I can take that. Mm-hmm. That sounds something positive. How do you feel like we can make more awareness to sickle cell?
Well, I'm not sure how we can make more awareness to it. I'm just positive that people will understand how hard it is for sickle cell people, how hard it is for them to go through sickle cell, and just understand that it'll all turn out all right in the end.
Okay. So more of it, you really want people to understand that, yes, sickle cell is hard, but you can live through it, you can go through it, and it's not as hard as it is. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we do have a positive outcome for it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm actually going to wrap us up right here. Mm-hmm. I think you've done amazing. And I'm happy that I got to sit down and talk to you. And we ran down anything. Is there anything that you want to say to other sickle cell warriors?
Well, all I want to say is that be hopeful, care for other people, and just love.
I like that.
Okay? That's all I have to say.
That's all you have to say? I like that. And thank you for coming. And that is it. And we're going to wrap up our FSCDR, Sickle Cell Warriors Within. Thank you.